He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Third and long, it's Wentz. Looking deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Then he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Well, before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
And some space here. Good move by Gurley. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Boy, Charles, Todd Gurley finished the year with a bang. And even though they lost the Falcons, he was over 100 yards in that game. Weeks 15 and 16, he was fantastic. A comeback year for him, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because we saw him explode on the scene as a rookie in 2015. 2016 just never could really get started. We didn't see the big runs. Heck, we didn't see a 100-yard game out of it. So when you look at this season, brand new offense, new way of doing things, but the biggest thing, offensive line, Andrew Whitworth at left tackle, Roger Saffold able to settle in at guard, his best position, and John Sullivan, the new center. That gave him a line to work with, and boy, did he take advantage of it. Well over 1,300 yards rushing, caught the ball well out of the backfield. A definite candidate for MVP in 2017, and I would say in just about any season he plays going forward.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the all-world left tackle? And Halapoulivaati Vaitai, who they drafted the year before, filled in quite capably. They had answers for everything they needed.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And the wideout in motion. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief. $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. He's at the 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they
nobody
play
to fuck over there. They let him jump around like that. Come back.
You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine.
He could get back that fast. There's nobody over there with my man.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
Getting all the way back to Kurt Warner.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down again. Nigel Bradham in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a toss play. It's a Ajayi. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. And he pushed it. Pushed it from short distance, wide right. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So a bullet dodge there defensively. They surrender excellent field position on the kick return, but it winds up not costing them a thing.
And that's a tough sequence of events from an offensive perspective. The inability to get first downs leads to the field goal try. And the inability to cash that in leads to nothing on the scoreboard.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Now gone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Gurley. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, it's Gurley. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Second down, 8. Now it's Gurley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Goff now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down. Just a 1-yard gain on the... Call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
He just had to say something. Fucking dummy. Damn.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Rams getting set to go now. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
Here's Gurley. And he's got some space here. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have taken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year? And 18 touchdowns in the regular season? And no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43.
Oh, God.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Here's Ajayi. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, 57 yards. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
$14-13. You can't see it?
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
He ain't playing tough, Kev. He caught 2 breaks.
Brings up second down here. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley.
Yeah, it wasn't no fuckery. It was a missed tackle for a run, and he got a pick 6 that he shouldn't have got.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn?
I just said a missed tackle. What, you ain't hear me?
Even when the other guy's having success against you.
Yeah, at the line of scrimmage, when he came through the line, I missed him. I tried to hit stick him.
The Rams on third down.
You went through a hole. I tried to hit you. I missed you. And you ran for a touchdown. What else is there to say? I missed him.
Here's Goff.
I know you're doing a whole lot of blitzing.
Down he goes. Brandon Graham.
I know you're not. I'm just saying I'm talking about what I see.
And that'll lead to fourth down. Here's Johnny Hacker
doing a whole lot of blitzing that you wasn't doing before.
So he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Sproles, the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return.
He ain't supposed to be in the game. Him all went.
First and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Wentz to throw on second down. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard
You ain't see the screen turn around because I picked it?
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay
turned around, let you know I picked the ball.
And this one basically comes right to him.
Your screen turns around. What you mean you ain't see all that?
After the interception, here's Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target.
See y'all all picking that up,
second down.
Everybody want to go back there.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
I'm not talking about the play. I'm talking about his defense.
Still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down.
I'm talking about his defense. You ain't see him go back there with his man. He never do stuff like that.
From the gun, here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Michael Kendricks.
No, looking at people games make perfect.
On the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And now the Eagles
he never go back there. He never switch on to the man and go back there.
So 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
No, he took control of the man that's in the middle, the linebacker, and went back there, Kev.
They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and
19.
and
tried to pick it off like Reddy do and sprint.
50, it's gone. It's complete. This is Todd
You never
Gurley.
see him do that.
And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Goff. Steps away to his left. Now
Bitch!
Let it go deep down the left sideline. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Out of fucking
no luck
bounds,
for the
man.
Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Something to fuck up the field for me.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive.
Woohoo.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They run again with Ajayi. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
On 1st down, gone. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Michael Kendricks coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And the pressure gets
threw
to
the fucking
him
ball already.
Nigel Bradham in there to drop him, and
just
sacks
keep
on
letting
1st
this
and
boy
2nd
blitzing.
downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now it's Ajayi. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They run with Ajayi.
Come on, not come on, man.
20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Make you run into
and
the
Eagles
fucking man.
add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. There's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. On first down, it's gone.
God damn, y'all, come on.
He'll go down. They got him for a
Fuck,
sack.
all he doing is blitzing. Stop the shit.
In there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Fuck, damn.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Off play action. Here's Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, 45 yards. And the Rams are now just a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2. He's back to throw. And he fires one incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. This is Ajayi. And he is knocked down from the side at the 13-yard line. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back, and they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Donnie Jones now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. To throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Brandon Graham in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
I ain't playing you, kid. I don't feel like it.
And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
One last throw here for goal. Pressure
can't even block one motherfucker. There's 3 of them motherfuckers over there. Come on. There's 3 of these motherfuckers.
On the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield.
With all the fucking help you got, you should have got the win.
Backfield, and that's your ball game.
No, man. I don't play no basketball. You're not good in either sport. Nah, no you're not. Nah, you're not gonna talk me into that. Nah, you're not good.